Hi guys, Phoenix Spring Tarot here. So the reason why I wanted to do this reading into the four-way, i.e. into Lamar, Sabrina, Khloe and Tristan, was off the back of an interview that Lamar did on the Wendy Williams show, in which he dropped the bombshell that no one knew, or at least I didn't know, that Sabrina Parr, who was Lamar's fiancee, now they've since broken up, had actually had a brief fling with Tristan. And Khloe later came out to say that she was aware of it. So what this reading is about is to sort of look into that four-way, look into the dynamics, look into the energies. What does the future hold for Sabrina, Lamar, Tristan, Khloe? So I thought let's just be nosy. You know, us on this channel, we love to nosy in people's business and see what lessons, spiritual lessons we can learn and apply to our own lives. So I thought let's just be nosy. So that's the reason why I'm doing this. So for the moment, I'm just going to shuffle the cards and I'm just going to warm them up and tune into the current energies between Lamar and Sabrina. Ah! Oh yes, and here we go. We're starting with the Tower. So this is the energies between Lamar and Sabrina. So what he did see on that Wendy Williams show is that he always looked at her from the side eye. He always looked at her in a particular way. And the very first card that we get out here in terms of energies between them is the Tower. What I'm picking up with this energy, interestingly enough, is that I don't think Sabrina expected him to talk as breezy as he did on the Wendy Williams show. I don't think she saw that coming, so it was definitely a shock to her. So I think any prospects or plans she had of drawing it out and then getting back together and that sort, it's just something related to that. I think that's well and truly done. There is something really interesting about this tower and this tower image to represent the both of them. Because if you see, we have a man and a woman that are jumping out of this inferno. Something is struck. Do you see the lightning striking there? Something's come out of nowhere. I think for her, she didn't really expect him to speak as breezy as he did and air out her laundry like that on the Wendy Williams show. Because it's affecting her reputation, right? Yep, there we go. Temperance reverse. That's what I'm saying. When you have the Temperance card talks about being diplomatic. You know, it talks about compromises. It talks about presenting both sides of the argument. But that's not what Lamar did. He was really talking breezy about her, and this card confirms it. Do you see this card right way up? Do you see that, the Temperance card? How this angel is sort of pouring from one cup to the other, like mixing oil and water, trying to get a perfect balance. But in this case, that didn't happen. He was just talking breezy. And then we have the Three of Swords here. And this Three of Swords was reversed. It came out reversed in the deck. So this shows me this is just heartache all the way around. Heartache definitely between Sabrina, between Lamar, and this could potentially be pointing to one other person as well. Who, because Lamar did admit to cheating on Sabrina, and I think there was a cheatation situation, as Wendy Williams would say, and there was some other situation that broke the camel's back between the both of them. So let's see what else the cards would like to say regarding current energies between Lamar and Sabrina. Okay, 2 cards. Ooh, the Devil. Yep, the Devil reversed as well. So with the Devil reverse, what this is telling me is that Lamar is looking at this as an opportunity to, because, okay, there's so much going on with this card. If you notice these two people chained, do you see the chains? He felt in a way that he was chained to her and she was suffocating him and he couldn't find his voice. And I think as well, when I look at this, it's as if when he was in his relationship with her, he wasn't happy. For sure. And he sought release in other places. Also, I wouldn't be surprised if on the down low, her energy was sort of pushing him to begin using and indulging in his bad habits again on the down low, because that other sword doesn't necessarily need to be another person entering the relationship, but it could be another person, like a crutch, like a substance abuse dependency crutch, that's also entering in the situation here, because it's next to the temperance card. So temperance card means being out of balance, out of kilter, and being dependent on something, right? So I think she was just that overbearing nature that, you know, made him do that and indulge in that. And I'm saying this allegedly, okay? Now, when we have it reverse, it's as if this separation and this tower moment, and this release, what he said on Wendy, was sort of a release, and it's cathartic for him to be separated from her. It's like a release from the devil, so to speak. He could see things clearly. You could sort of, I'm seeing him expanding in his energy and in who he is, right? Now we have the Seven of Swords reverse. And this is what I'm saying. It just seemed to be that when he was with her, this Sabrina, it was just battle upon battle upon battle. And you know when you just get numb to the whole experience, where you just get numb from trying to explain yourself, from trying to prove yourself. It's sort of someone being on your back and always nagging you. That's the energy that I'm getting. That's what she was like for him. And it was just always something with her. So when you turn this upright, so you see these poles, it was always something that she was throwing at him. And he was always trying to defend himself or appease her, right? So when we have it upside down, it was just a losing battle. And he was just numbing himself out to the whole experience. So that's where we have the devil next to it. She was just going and going and going at him. So that's why we have, and it was just a losing battle when it came to him. And there's something about her, she was sort of, whether it was her, now it could be that's the effect that she had on him. Now that is separate to what someone's intention is. I'm not saying that was her intention. I'm not saying that at all. But that is how he felt in terms of being in this situation with her. Okay, that's a very important distinction to make. Oh, and at the bottom of the deck we have the Five of Wands. So this Five of Wands talks about arguments. It talks about conflict. It talks about not seeing eye to eye. Right? Okay, so let's see from Sabrina's side in terms of current energies what she's saying. So from Sabrina's angle, what is she saying? What are her current energies? Ooh, the Magician reverse. She's going to be coming out with something. She's going to be coming out with something, some sort of retaliation to this tower moment. She's going to be coming out with something to sort of give her side of things and to set the record straight from her perspective. So the Magician, when it's upright, talks about someone who has the power to create the reality that they want. When it's upside down, though, that is another story. You need to watch out for someone, you know, hell hath no fury like a woman scorned sort of energy. That is what this Magician upside down is saying. They're going to try to create a situation that would not be good for Lamar in order to clear her name and from her perspective, set the record straight. So she's going to be coming in for something in retaliation to this tower moment that Lamar created. So that's what she's coming out with. Okay, so we have, yep, she's going to be very passionate about it with this Knight of Wands energy. What's her star sign again? She's Taurus. Yep, this is a Taurus energy here. It's a very male energy. Now, Sabrina Parr is Taurus. And Taurus are all about, they're quite grounded in terms of health, business, money. They're very practical as well. So with this Wands energy, she's going to be very passionate about it. She's going to be very passionate about setting the record straight as well. And yeah, with this Queen of Cups, also she's going to be very fixated. This is someone who is extremely hurt with this Queen of Cups. She's really, really hurt, and she's going to obsess. And then we have the Queen of Cups coming under the heart. So this is her. This is representing her coming under the heart. You know, with Lamar, with the Temperance card reversed, with Lamar being out of balance and showing one perspective, she's going to drive in there to correct it. She is very hurt by this whole experience. She's coming in under the Three of Swords. And yep, there we have the Nine of Swords. Now, what this is saying, this Nine of Swords talks about anxiety. This Nine of Swords talks about infighting. This Nine of Swords talks about a lot of thoughts circulating and going round again and again and again in your head. What I'm being told as well is that she tried what I said. Remember when I reached this section of the reading, I said it's how Lamar interprets it, but it's not necessarily what Sabrina Parr's intention is. And that's what I'm getting here that she really did love him, especially with this Queen of Cups. She really did love him. She was heartbroken by the situation going pear-shaped. She has a bit of anxiety over it. I'm being told that this anxiety is something to do with finance, something to do with career, where she is concerned as well. I'm being shown anxiety around that also. I don't know. Oh, yeah, that's what I was saying. These cards just popped out. Guys, you saw I was about to shuffle and this Page of Pentacles just popped out. What did I say about Sabrina Parr? She's Taurus energy. Taurus is earth energy. That is Pentacles energy, right? And before I proceeded with this, I said it was something about her money that she had anxiety about. So whether it's some money deal, okay, thank you, Spirit Guides. What I'm being told is that is either some money dealing that she was meant to have with Lamar. They had things lined up, and because she felt that something was coming in, you know, when you overspend, when you think something is coming in, and that's what I'm seeing with the Page of Pentacles here. So there were opportunities for career, opportunities for money, opportunities for her to start going into the public eye was coming in, and that has been taken away now. That's been taken away. Or not only just, and here we have the Queen of Pentacles reverse. So with this Queen of Pentacles reverse, this is her energy actually. She is coming through as someone who has the potential to have a lot of accomplishments in life. She's coming through as someone who also likes the finer things in life. However, this is reverse energy, meaning that it's always elusive to her. It's as if she does things that sabotage, where she sabotages herself, and she's not quite able to get that lifestyle and get those opportunities she works really hard for. So that's what I'm picking up with her. There is something that she's going to try and do that's going to undermine Lamar in order to retaliate against this Wendy Williams interview. And she has anxiety over money opportunities that were potentially coming in. However, this is very key. I'm just being told this. Lamar messed up those money opportunities, and that is what gave her anxiety. So a lot of things that Lamar is saying there, yes, some of them are true, but some of them are half truths in a way. Or, you know, when they say what's the truth of a situation, is one person's side, the other person's side, and in the middle is the truth. That is what's coming through here from the Wendy Williams interview. There is something about Lamar being out of balance and on occasion still indulging. And I felt with her what she did was push him a bit too hard. Let's do this, let's do that, let's do the other, because she was just hungry with this Queen of Pentacles for the limelight, for the finer things in life, to make a go at it, to be in the forefront. That's how she viewed herself. With this Page of Pentacles, that's really how she viewed herself. And there were deals, there were breakthroughs, there were opportunities. But Lamar, there's something about her relationship with Lamar where they just couldn't keep it together. Lamar couldn't keep it together. And she tried and tried, but the more she tried with him, the more she pushed him, the more he sort of retreated into himself and just went numb to her. And a lot of his habits and indulgences sort of made those opportunities evaporate, if you like. Yep, there we go, Nine of Cups reverse. So that's what I'm saying. So when we have the Nine of Cups upright, this means you make a wish and it comes through. The wish has come through to you and you're sitting there smug and very fulfilled, because 10s represent completions and this is a 9. So we have 2 9s on the board. We have 9 of Swords, we have 9 of Cups. So this represents opportunities that they were almost there, but they just weren't able to capitalize on it. It's like something of a self-sabotage thing that was going on and they couldn't capitalize on it, and that's the current energies between them. And that's it from Sabrina's perspective as well. That's the thing. There are 2 sides to every story. One person's side, the other person's side, and then the truth. because people always talk about things from their perspective. So that's the current energy between the both of them, and also that goes into what went wrong between them as well. Oops. Oh, Two of Cups. Interesting. So we remember that Two of Cups that just came out, because I think that's going to be really important for this reading. Okay, so I am really intrigued by what Lamar said during that Wendy Williams interview. So he said that he knew that Sabrina was with Tristan. So Tristan is Khloe's, for those of you who don't know, Tristan is Khloe Kardashian's current partner, and they have a child together called True. So my question here is, did Lamar get with Sabrina to spite Khloe and Tristan? He made out as though it wasn't, like he was aware, but I was just like, of all the women you could get with, why get with her? I don't know, the whole thing just seems a bit off to me. So let's see, did Lamar get with Sabrina in a way to subconsciously, whether he consciously meant to or not, to subconsciously, you know, send a message to Tristan and Khloe? Okay, there we go. Ooh, Seven of Wands. Remember the Seven of Wands came up before, huh? Okay. Seven of Wands, eh? I think so. The answer to that question that we were asking is yes. You know why? Because Seven of Wands represents trying to get the upper hand on someone. Okay, but let's shuffle a bit more. So the question was, did Lamar get with Sabrina in a way to, whether consciously or unconsciously, spite Tristan and Khloe? And the answer we have so far is yeah. Yeah, there's a lot of passion behind that. Notice these cards came out for Sabrina as well. Huh? Both these cards came out for Lamar and Sabrina. And I think this is also Sabrina's energy. I wouldn't be surprised if she has fire in her chart. She may be like a sun, moon, or rising sign for Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. But yep, that is Sabrina's card. That is Lamar's card that came up. And I think on some subconscious manner, I think for him, Sabrina, when he first met her and got with her, he was enamored with her, and she was going to be his retribution, you know, his comeback, you know. So it's setting up reality TV show deals with her, setting up deals with her. She was going to be Sabrina's going to be Lamar's ace in the hole, to sort of recapture that sort of essence and life that he had with Khloe. Yep, she's come up. So that's why I said with this, yes, that was his intention. But with this Judgment reverse, it wasn't meant to be. It wasn't meant to be. It was not meant to be. So when we have the Judgment upright, do you see these people rising up to their calling? This is what Lamar wanted. He wanted his second wind. He wanted his second opportunity to come back into the limelight, to get those deals in. You know, the sort of deals that he had with Khloe was meant to be his retribution. You know, so therefore, yes, he went with Sabrina. Here she is. But with the Judgment reverse, no. There was no opportunity of him moving forward with her, which is what we know. So it was a bad call, it was a bad move. Yep, Three of Pentacles reverse. So that's what I was saying. Remember, so Three of Pentacles upright talks about work. It talks about people coming together. It talks about working together to build on something. And here we have it reverse. So with the Judgment, and so all the plans that he had for her, she wasn't the right one. It's not going anywhere. And I think he found this out really early in the process, mind you. I think he found it out really early. That's what I'm saying. We have the Queen of Swords. The Queen of Swords talks about discernment. Queen of Swords talks about truth. And the Queen of Swords also talks about setting boundaries. Do you see she's up in the clouds with the sword and her hand is up, like saying, hold back? He tried to set up his boundaries with Sabrina, but there was something about her where she was able to get her claws in. But he realized very early on from getting with Sabrina, you know, he thought that Sabrina was going to give him the opportunity to get the upper hand. But he soon realized that it wasn't going to be. He tried setting his boundaries with her. But this is the opportunity he wanted. Do you see that ace? He really wanted a fresh start, but it wasn't going to be with him. Okay, and oh, Ace of Wands also represents Ace of Wands, one's energy also represents career opportunity, a new lease of life for your career, right? And with the Queen of Swords, parting with the past, a new lease of life on your career. So he wanted that reputation where he passed out in a brothel. He thought that she would be his opportunity to set that to one side, to set that to rest, to put a boundary or to separate yourself from that. So with Sabrina, he could have those new work and employment opportunities come through, because the Ace of Wands, which is new opportunities, new career opportunities, a fresh start in life, has come under Sabrina's card. Okay, let's see what else we can get, and then we'll go on to Khloe and Tristan. Let me get a few clarifier cards. They had a lot of deals. He still, even though he realized quite early on that she wasn't the one, there were a few things that were happening very early on. Of red flags were coming in for Lamar. For Lamar, thick and fast, that she wasn't going to be the one, and that things weren't going to work out. Now with this Three of Cups energy here, this talks about, I'm being told, debauchery. I'm being told about debauchery, indulging, a bit too much drink, a bit too much. He was seeing people on the side almost very early on, when things began to not go as planned. When he began getting those red flags with the Eight of Wands, he started indulging again. And he started seeing other women on the side, etc. Yeah, we have Three of Pentacles, and we have another 3 here with the Three of Cups. Anytime you see threes together like this, it talks about other people being involved in a situation. So it's you, me, and someone else, whether it's be you, me, and drugs, you, me, and another side piece, you, me, there was someone else in that mix, and that other person in the mix scuppered stuff, if you like. Yep. What is this Justice about? The Nine of Pentacles has come through reverse. This is, so when we have the Nine of Pentacles upright, this shows a well-to-do, independent sort of person who is looking to make money, who's looking to have the finer things in life. It's come through reverse. It's come through reverse with the Justice card. So someone who feels that something from a money-making perspective should be theirs, they're not getting. They're not getting what they feel their just desserts ought to be. All right, so that is to the question of whether Lamar kind of got with Sabrina out of spite. So in a way, yes, but it wasn't out of spite per se. He was trying to create another opportunity. He was trying to create the life, if you like, that similar to what he had with Khloe. The reality TV, in order to get his money, someone that he could work with, someone who understood showbiz, to sort of get him back on top. He was trying to create that opportunity with Sabrina. So in a way, kind of get back, but no, he was trying to create that Khloe situation with Sabrina, if that makes any sense. Let me not over-explain it. Okay. So what I want to go into is how does Khloe feel about Lamar? So she's seeing all this go down. When Lamar was in the brothel, we had that Page of Pentacles just turn up, so we make a note of that. When Lamar was in hospital, couldn't walk, Kanye was playing his music for him. At the moment he's saying he doesn't speak to any of them. Well, when Wendy asked him, okay, well, who would you out of the family, who would you speak to? And he said Chris. He didn't even say Khloe. So it's interesting to know, well, how does Khloe feel about him? All right, you saw this jump out, guys. Khloe is wary. Khloe has her defenses up against him. She's been burned so many times. Khloe doesn't want to have anything to do with him. Yep, there we go. Now there we go, 8 of swords. So that's 8 of swords reverse. So this is what it looks like upright. So when the 8 of swords is upright, it shows someone who can't see their way forward. They can't see their way forward. They're riddled with anxiety and self-doubt and not knowing what to do. When it's reversed, it could either represent a reverse of that energy, meaning that you can go forward now, or it refers to even being more stuck. Now, what I'm intrigued by is that this 8 of swords has come out, and notice the head being bandaged up there. I think there's something about Lamar that sends Khloe a bit crazy, if I'm honest. And she is just, I think that this is his energy. And I think she knows that Lamar is, there's something with Lamar's energy where he, thank you spirit guides, he relies on women as a crutch. Especially if he views women as being very strong. There is something mentally, or there's something in Lamar's energy where he tries to rely on strong women as a crutch. And when strong women are around him, it's like he doesn't quite know what to do with it. Right? And I think she felt with the Knight of Wands here, again, Sabrina's energy turning up, that she'd done all that she could do, you know. And she felt a way with Lamar being with Sabrina, who was previously with Tristan. She was hurt by that with the 8 of Swords reverse as well. And she is wary of him for that reason, because Sabrina is turned up here again. But I think because someone else is in the picture here, what is Tristan? Tristan is Pisces, so this is not his card unless he has... So I think she feels that Tristan is better than the Lamar situation. So she has leveled up in a way. So she was hurt by it. But I think that because she's with Tristan, both of them are trying to look the other way on the situation. Now, the reason why I say this is Tristan is because Sabrina Parr is Taurus energy. And if you notice with this King of Pentacles energy here, notice we have the Taurus just at the bottom of this chair. So this is Tristan's energy that's coming in. So she, and this is Sabrina's energy. So notice that Sabrina's going in one direction, Tristan is looking in the other. So I wouldn't be surprised if the hookup between them happened quite a while ago. There is nothing between them whatsoever. We could see them on the board completely looking in opposite directions. Khloe is not even looking in Sabrina's direction. She's looking completely somewhere else. But Sabrina is looking at Khloe though. You know, so I think Sabrina had this idea of, or the aspiration, because this Knight of Wands is quite an aspirational card, that in Lamar's life, she could be the new Khloe. You know, because here she is looking at Khloe. And I'm sure that she would have loved to have reached out to Khloe to understand how to manage Lamar. You know, she really saw all that sort of stuff. And when I say, right, sorry, that's it. Sorry, I have so many messages coming through. This Star card talks about healing, and we're talking about Khloe. So when I said that she has her defenses up about him, because she really needed, after what he put her through, she really needed to heal. That's what I was saying about the impact that Lamar had on her. She has her defenses up. You know, here she is surrounded by swords. Notice she's surrounded by swords. She's surrounded by wands. She's just surrounding herself. Lamar really did a number on Khloe. That is for sure. He really did a number on her. And she needed to take time to heal, center herself, and redirect herself on her life's purpose. She's been constantly trying to do that. One thing I would say is that, do you see this huge star here? This situation, many times people could put you through situations that really cut to the white meat of your soul, and that's what he did for her. Khloe really needed to go into herself to understand who she is in order to heal and move on from this. Yeah, there we go. That's what I'm saying in terms of the happy home that Khloe wanted, in terms of that sacred and sanctity of marriage. It was never this. That is what Khloe always wanted. Khloe always wanted a happy home with her children, everything with him. She just couldn't have that. She couldn't have it. Not in the traditional way that she wanted. She just couldn't. Now let's go into Sabrina and Tristan. So interesting. So do you see this money? When I talked about Sabrina and Tristan, she saw him as an opportunity to get a leg up in terms of her career as well. So we have the ace coming under Sabrina. She is very passionate about her career opportunity, about her money, about her coin, about putting herself out there. I'm being told by my spirit guides that she has a lot in her to give, but she doesn't go about it the right way, Sabrina. That's what I'm being told. She as a woman has been through a lot. I'm being told by my spirit guides, and what she's been through spurs her on to make something of herself. So she saw Tristan also as an opportunity to get a leg up in her career. Let's see what else comes through here. Too many cards. After this, I'm going to go into what the situation is between Khloe and Tristan. Okay. All right, guys. So do you see this? So from Tristan is coming up as a page of cups. And it's also coming up as a 4 of cups. So what this is telling me, of course, we know Tristan. Tristan has a good eye for his money, first of all. Believe it or not, he has a very good eye for his money. When it comes to being ambitious, when it comes to understanding his worth, when it comes to attention to detail regarding his business arrangements, Tristan is very good. Also, another thing with Tristan is that he's very charismatic. And I also believe he could read people like a book, and he may be a bit psychic as well, Tristan. That's what I'm picking up with him. However, he's emotionally stunted in a way. He's like a little boy. Being picked up there with the Page of Cups. He's almost like a little, he's endearing, there's charisma there, but he's also very much wears his heart on his sleeve, and 1 minute he'll be taken in with someone and really enamored with someone, and that sucks someone in, and then the next minute he gets bored with you and he doesn't want you anymore. Yeah, so notice with these 2 cups, in 1 minute he's enamored, there's something new, he's really taken up, you're his world, and then the next minute he's done with you, he doesn't want you anymore, right? He's looking at something else, he's looking at other options. So that's Tristan's mentality, and that's what happened with Sabrina. Very taken in with her, but then afterwards he got bored really easily. This didn't last at all. But Sabrina I think she was quite devastated by this, because she saw it. She really tried with him as well and saw it as a potential money-making opportunity. Yeah, there we go. Justice. She felt slighted. She was really hurt by it. Justice card reverse. She felt the way he moved on with her wasn't fair, because we have Justice reverse. She felt that Tristan didn't treat her fairly, because, she felt that she could have gotten more out of this situation with him. Okay, so let's go into... Let's choose another deck. I think I've burned this deck to the ground. Let's look into Khloe and Tristan. Let me make a note of the time I'm doing this. Let's look into Khloe and Tristan. So what I want to know here is what is the current energy between Khloe and Tristan? Let me turn my deck right way up. What is the current energy between Khloe and Tristan? Khloe is Cancer, Tristan is Pisces. They're both water energy. So they're at about 150 degrees to each other. So let's see what their current energies are. Hang on. Sorry guys, I just got inspired to... What are we focusing on when it comes to... what are we focusing on? All right. So... I just thought, let me just pop these cards up so I know what direction to focus on when it comes to Khloe and Tristan. We have, oh goodness sake, we have occupation. We have occupation and we have unexpected income. So I believe this is referring to Tristan's recent deal where, trust me, I know nothing about basketball, but you know, he changed teams. That much I know. He changed teams, so I believe these two cards, occupation and unexpected income. That's what I was saying about Tristan before. Remember, with him and money, he's very good with money. And I, thank you, Spirit Guides, and I would even go so far as to say that is what Khloe really appreciates about him. When it comes to his career, when it comes to money, he never takes his eye off the ball, so to speak, when it comes to that. And that's what these cards, so these cards are validating that, because with Tristan we have his occupation and we have an expected income coming in as well. For Khloe, she's very much like that. I feel that after the whole Lamar situation and debacle or cabal, whatever it is, after that situation, when we saw the star card come up for Khloe, if you remember, that yellow star really stood out. And I think that experience with Lamar really refocused her to be to be all that she can be. So Khloe is also very focused on her career as well. So I think both of them have that in common. Right, they take it very seriously. It's a matter of their self-worth, it's their self-identity, it's their morals, it's their values, working hard. So Khloe and Tristan have that in common. What I also picked up here is journey. So what I get, I don't know which football team Tristan moved to, but again, it's been in the news that, you know, they would need to be traveling back and forth. Back and forth, I think, because either Tristan needs to move or whatever it is, or it could be that Khloe may leave LA. That could very much be a possibility. So with work, unexpected money, and they'll be traveling involved in it with journey. Okay, so that's where we are so far. Now we have concern. This is not a good card. This is not a good card at all. So do you see someone sitting down pensive? I think that there is some trepidation of the past repeating itself. Because, you know, when it came to Tristan being on the road, you know, that's where things happen. You know, if past experiences and past memories are any indicator, hence the concern. I also think that this concern, I think that there is something that was meant to be in the news, which we don't know about, but something either was threatening to come into the news and they hushed it, or they paid money to someone, or something happened, which was a cause of concern to them. Either it's coming up, or it already just happened like a few months ago. I can't get the timing just right for this concern. Yeah, there we go. So we have official person and we have gift. So that's what I mean about either someone came in, either producing legal paperwork to suppress something and they paid someone off. Or, yep, I don't know. Okay, so with those cards, oops, let us get into the tarot side of it with Khloe and Tristan. Okay, right. Doesn't look too bad so far. Okay, so let's look at the current energies between Khloe and Tristan. Have, you know, have they put their past behind them? You know, we know that they want to have another child. Ooh, there we go. We have 2 there. Ooh, okay. Okay, Justice. Interesting, we have this Justice card, and then we have an official person turn up, and this official person usually comes through when it comes to arbitration, when it comes to anything legal, contract related, government related. You always get that official person here. And then we have the Justice card as well, and we have concern. So there is something going on in their energies that is a cause for concern. What do we have here? Temperance. This is negotiation. What did I say about litigation and everything just now with that official person? Someone did something not so good. And we have Temperance coming up here. So Temperance, what I'm picking up very strongly with this card is Khloe wanting. Khloe has had to evolve and really develop and mature, and she's had to be all things in terms of this relationship with Tristan. She wants to be a mother. She wants to be a good wife. She's a very spiritual person. Khloe is coming through as a very well-rounded individual here. Too many cards, but I'll take this one. Now she has her head in the clouds. She is planning way ahead when it comes to her relationship with Tristan. She wants the world with him. Tristan is the person she wants to move forward with. Do you see this person staring into space and daydreaming? Yep, that's how she views Tristan, and she wants to be, do you see the pregnant person, spiritual person? She's doing all she can to be more balanced with him when it comes to, because of what she wants. I'm picking up not wanting this situation to be, she's going to do everything in her power to ensure that this situation with Tristan doesn't turn into another Lamar situation as well. I'm a bit concerned by this Justice. I can't figure out who this Justice is. And we have the 9 of Swords under the deck as well. So this 9 of Swords coincides with this concern card. I can't pick up whether there is always this feeling with Khloe of this paranoia or not quite trusting Tristan. But when she daydreams in terms of where her mind goes, she definitely wants more. Yeah, there we go. When I say daydreaming and where her mind goes and what she wants, we have the High Priestess. She is really evolving into a really mature, grounded, spiritual, intuitive, insightful person. She knows she knows Tristan inside out, is what this card is saying. And she knows how to play him, believe it or not. She knows how to work him, to really control him. But she does get anxiety over it, and she does get anxiety over him as well. I think that with Khloe, there's a strength with her that we don't quite see. Many times we think she's a sucker. Why does she go back to him? Why does she go back to this situation? But she knows what she's doing, because that High Priestess represents someone who knows the essence of who they are, who knows something about the situation that they don't quite reveal, and they don't quite reveal it. That's what this High Priestess represents. Okay, so where's Tristan? Tristan hasn't turned up in this reading yet, and it's meant to be Tristan and Khloe and their current energies, and he has not showed up. So that ain't right. So let's give us Tristan. He is a Pisces. There is Neptune in his first house at the moment. So, and then we have the stellium in his 12th house. So he is going through, quite a lot of maturing and growing up as well, because the 12th house, oh, for goodness sake, that I knew that was going to happen. I couldn't go through a period of time without my cards falling on the floor. Let me get them. And there's a lot of cards to be on the floor as well. Let me see if I could take all of them. Okay. as I was saying, the 12th house is to deal with the subconscious and your hidden self and understanding yourself and understanding your nature. That's what the 12th house is about. So Tristan has a stellium. He has Saturn, Jupiter, Mercury reversed in his 12th house at the moment. So what that means is that he, especially with Mercury retrograde, he is really looking at who he is, really trying and being focused on understanding himself and who he is as a man and what he wants and what he's after. There is a side of him that's very charismatic, as we saw before. He is quite money and career oriented, as he said here. He is very much a charmer. He's a charmer. He's very charming. But with this star card, what is coming up is that he is going through. Remember, I got the star card for Khloe as well. Different deck. But we have it here for for Tristan. So both of them are going through, this is what I'm sensing, they've gone through a period of elevation with each other, of healing with each other, because both of them have gotten the star card. So with the stellium, all those planets being in his 12th house, he's going through a recce of who he is. And he's really looking to evolve and grow in this period of time to really come through or emerge as a different person. So he's going through that transformation. That's what this is telling me here. Now with this Page of Pentacles, I think this is really interesting. This has come up for Tristan as well. Again, this page talks about someone who is very interested in their money and interested in opportunities. What I felt for him is that, and please put this down in the comments if you know more about this, but I have a feeling that him growing up was very rough for him, rough financially. There are a lot of things that he didn't have, a lot of basics when he was growing up that he didn't have, and that's really influenced him in terms of him being money and career oriented, and he never wants anything to interfere with that. And I feel with the Kardashians, what they give him, especially Khloe, it gives him a sense of stability. That's what he's looking at. It's giving him a sense of stability. We have the 10 of Wands that has also come up with Tristan and their situation. It talks about burdens coming to an end. And what I think is really interesting is that we have two children on someone's back. And you know, they're trying for a second child, apparently. So I feel that for the moment, past issues or this phase of their life of Khloe not quite being able to trust him, etc., I feel that is coming to an end between the both of them, because I think Khloe now has a better understanding of him, could read the situation better. I think Khloe has learned with the High Priestess energy how to work him, with the Temperance energy as well. She knows how to pick and choose her battles. She's more confident and grounded in herself, Khloe. I think with this Justice card here, I think what that's saying to me is that she's been through a lot in the past. A lot that was quite... I wonder if that's Jordan words, but let's hold on to that. So with Tristan, we have Judgment, which has come up upright. So do you see someone pulling him up from all that debauchery and women and so on to try to elevate him to something better? And I think that is what Khloe has really tried to do with him. And I think here, okay, thank you, Spirit Guides. And I think here with the Strength card, this is talking about strength of character and of will. And that's what I'm saying, because he's Pisces energy. He has all those planets going on in his 12th house at the moment. He's really re-evaluating himself as a man, evaluating who he is, evaluating and really looking at what his shadow side is all about. Because he got caught quite a few times and he got knocked out by the Kardashians as well, who've just viewed him as toxic, with that toxic energy there, especially after this Jordan Woods situation, you know. But it's like it's an itch with him, with Tristan and this cheating. It's something that I'm being told that happened in his youth. With this Page of Pentacles, I'm also being told that it's something, it's a habit that he's trying to elevate from. It's a habit that he's trying to elevate from. And it's really takes working on himself. I wouldn't be surprised if he's been in counseling as well, to really, and that's really been helping him to really get to the bottom of why he does the things he does, especially with the cheatation of the situation. Okay, so what I want to look at is what does the future hold for both Khloe and Tristan. What does the future hold for Khloe and Tristan? Notice we have this concern card, and we have this official person, and we have gift, which talks about paying someone off, and we got the justice and judgment cards come up quite prominently in their reading. So let's see what the future holds. We have the king of the king of swords. There is some contract that's going on between them. When it comes to them having children, I'm feeling that there is some contract that's being drawn up. Either it's an NDA. Yeah, but this, so we have King of Swords, an official person. This King of Swords is generally like a lawyer figure whenever this person turns up. So, okay. So it could be related to Tristan's contract, or it could be a contract between him and Khloe in terms of, you know, not embarrassing her anymore. God, these cards. Okay, so what this, okay, all right. Guys, he is going to step out again. Page of Cups. What did I say about Page of Cups earlier when it arrives? This came up for Tristan before. Remember earlier with the Sabrina Parr section of the reading? He is a Lothario. This Page of Cups, whenever it comes up for a man, it talks about being emotionally stunted. Why do I say that? Pages generally represent children, or they generally, let's say it's a career or a finance reading, it represents new learning, or it represents an opportunity that's very young, that still needs to be developed. Okay, so when Page of Cups talks about love, so when this comes up, it shows someone who's very charismatic, very interested in love, but he's going to get a wandering eye. He's going to pick up a wandering eye again. Sorry, Khloe, he is. He's going to get a wandering eye. It's like an itch he can't scratch. And there we go with the Six of Swords. So he's trying to be better. He's trying to move on to pastures new, because that's what Six of Swords represents, leaving the past behind to move on. But notice all, it's his dark side. That's what I was saying about Tristan. It's an itch he can't scratch. It's like something he can't resist scratching. Notice all the dark energy around him, whispering in his ear, whispering in his ear. That's the thing. He's not going to be faithful to her for long. He is about his work though. He's going to try to keep focus. He's definitely about his career. He really doesn't want anything to ruin his career. Neither of them do. They're going to be all about work, but he has that itch he can't scratch. That is his cheating, and the thrill of cheating is Tristan's kryptonite. Well, it didn't take us to know that, but it's confirmation because it's turning up in the cards. So what else is coming up in the future for both of them, for both Khloe and Tristan? What else is coming up in the future for them? There are going to be a lot of stories. Thank you very much. This is Khloe here. There are going to be a lot of stories that they're going to put on a brave front and a brave face on this. She is willing to take a risk when it comes to him. There is still going to be a side of herself. She's going to show him one side. We picked that up with the Temperance card. But she's going to have to kill a number of stories. This shows me someone who, whenever Tristan messes up, she is willing to just go behind and clean up his dirty work. Whether it's through legal contracts, whether it's through paying people off, whether it's through mediation regarding a situation, she is willing just to put up with him and put on a brave face to everyone with this Queen of Wands and just put up with it by the looks of it. That's what the future holds, but he's going to get up to it again. He's going to be good for a little while, but he's going to get up to it again. Let's see what else regarding the future for Khloe and Tristan. What else is going to happen? What else do we need to know? Yep, there we go, 5 of Cups. Okay, so this came up upright, but it was going to be reversed. I'm going to read it upright. So 5 of Cups, yeah, talks about disappointment. Look at this person. They're they're quite disappointed. He's going to cheat on her again, guys. I know I know you guys are saying, but we obviously it is Tristan after all. She's going to be really disappointed. She's going to be disappointed again. Yeah, some situation is going to occur which is going to be a cause for concern. Either it's happened already or it's going to happen. As this is a future reading, I am saying this situation is going to happen and she's going to be very upset. This is someone who is very upset, who's mourning. She's very embarrassed. Knight of Pentacles. There's something to do with money here. Remember, we got money with this gift, either paying someone off. It's come up again. So there is some thing about either this situation happens, they look to pay someone off. Yeah, there we go. That's a confirmation, guys. Tower moment. This is going to happen again. There is something that's coming up. This is the concern card. There is something that is coming up. Whether we get to see it or not, I don't know. The reason why I'm wondering whether we would even know about it is because of this Queen of Swords card. Notice someone on a stage putting on a front to the audience, to the world, and everyone just clapping. But there's a cat here, and the cat knows the truth. Also, notice that she's raising up her dress. So you are only seeing what she wants you to see. All right? The rest of it is being blocked from us. Okay? We have a Lothario, someone who is offering someone else their love. And trust me, it ain't her. It ain't Khloe. And it's because he's emotionally stunted. There's something going on with him, and we could see it with the 6 of Swords here. Now, thank you, Spirit Guides. What I was just channeling with the Knight of Wands is that this is going to happen when you think that he's focused, when you think that he's stable, when you think, okay, he's just into his work, he's just into his basketball, he's just into his coin, and he's passionate about that. This is where the itch is going to come in. That's when it's going to come in, and she's going to hear about it. She's going to try and kill the story. Nothing to see here, nothing to see here. She's going to hide it. But with this Tower moment, notice this person wearing the dress. This is Khloe. Nothing to see here, nothing to see here. Notice the person falling out of the tower is also wearing a red dress. Okay, there's something coming, and that is going to be really shocking for her. They may even need lawyers for this one. Let's figure out what it is, because we are nosy people on Phoenix Spring. But notice we don't do it out of, well, what I'm saying is that we don't take pleasure in any of this, but whatever someone is going through, we could always use it as a spiritual lesson and learning for ourselves. Okay, so let's go into it. Temperance has come out for her again. Oh, these same cards. We have the Justice card again and a Temperance. So he's going to get caught. This is Tristan. He's going to get caught. Remember, this card came up for Tristan before. He's going to get caught. This is Temperance card. She's going to go into Khloe mode, and she's going to try to put a brave face on it. So we have Justice, we have the Tower, we have the 5 of Cups. And we have the King of Swords. That's our legal card. And we have an official legal person here. And we have concern. Okay? What is this about? What is this about? He's going to mess up again. Tristan's going to mess up again. That's our double confirmation. And he's going to get caught. Oh my gosh, yeah. Wheel of Fortune reverse. Something's going to happen, and it's going to be very sudden. And it's coming up and may even be in the midst now. Wheel of Fortune reverse. Do you see all the devils? It's come up reverse. Something is happening. It's either when he is out, or this is debauchery, when he's out with the guys, and Khloe's going to be backstabbed by it. Anything else? But I think she appears to try to weather the storm. Also, I'm picking up that this can happen. This situation could potentially happen when Khloe is pregnant. So if they're working for a second child, it could potentially happen when she is pregnant again. What else could we say about this before we bring this reading to a close? What else could we say about this situation before we bring... Could you guys see? Let me just push this back a little bit so you can see everything. Yeah. Could you guys see that? Yeah. So what else could we say about this situation before bringing this reading to a close? Why do we have this Ace of Wands here? This Ace of Wands has been trying to come through for a while. I wonder why. I just didn't mention it before, but I've seen it before in this reading. Hierophant is here. Yep. They are going to, guys, they're going to take this legal somewhere. We have the Hierophant on the board. We have the official person on the board. And we have the King of Swords on the board. Hierophant generally represents like a government authority or an authority figure, a lawyer, or someone who gives a decree. So this with the Ace of Wands could mean that Khloe may marry Tristan. And when they are married, this thing happens. Or it could be that she just marries him full stop. Okay, guys, I am going to end on this. You know what this card is? This is the Seven of Swords. This Seven of Swords talks about duplicitousness. It talks about things happening in the dark. That's all we need to know. So, notice someone stealing away and thinking that other people can't see them. Yep. Someone's going to be doing some mess. Anytime I see this card, to me, is one of the worst cards in the deck that you can get. The reason why I say that is because it's someone doing something behind your back. Doing something behind your back and then pretending to be one thing to your face. Like when tower moments happen or something, I don't mind them because there's always a learning moment or a teachable moment after that. You know, you could always recover. You are seeing what's happening and you know how to move. But when someone's doing something behind your back, that is going to hit you by surprise off of something that they do, and they could potentially embarrass you, and you have to put on a brave face as if this nonsense isn't happening again. No, that's when I'm out. You know, and that is exactly what's happening here. I can give you a timeline on it. I think 3 to 6 months is what's coming up for me, but they're not really giving me time. You know, we have a lot of threes, 6, 8, 4, 9, 7. So I have 9 as the highest, and we have a few threes here as well. With the one of the journey, with him traveling, this is in our midst now. So we know that. So 10, 1 and 10 reduces to a 1. So it's in our midst now. So we know that. Occupation, yeah. So I'm going to leave this reading as is. I don't think that there's any more. Something duplicitous is taking place, and it's going to be brought to light with the wheel of fortune reversed. The wheel of fortune reverses. It's something not good. Khloe is also falling out of a tower. That's not good. It's going to be very shocking for her. She's going to end up being really, really disappointed. Tristan's going to be caught out. But for some reason, I have the Hierophant and I have the Ace of Wands. So for some reason, marriage is coming up. You know what, Khloe? Do you? Okay, guys, that is it from me. Leave your comments down below. I'm really going to try and put timestamps on this video, but it's been all over the place. But leave your comments down below. I aim to respond to everything. If you've stayed through to the end, thank you all so much. Like and subscribe, and I will see you guys later. Bye.